Welcome to Sam's Russian Adventures. I'm Sam, an English guy living in provincial Russia in the town of Vladimir. So today we're going to walk around two settlements on the edge of Vladimir, 2 kilometers from the town. And you're going to see the difference. The first has a barrier to get in and out, the second doesn't. And it's all about the quality of the infrastructure. A lot of the time in settlements, the roads are built afterwards. But if all of the houses are built at one time, then the road can get done and everything's nice to live in. If it's a settlement where some people will buy a plot of land here and then no one else will buy the neighbouring plot for 20 years and then someone will start building but they won't finish it, which will be the second settlement that I'll show you, you'll see what happens because the road may or not ever actually get built. Just in case you don't know, I have my own website, samsrussianadventures.com, and you can have a free consultation call with me about anything Russia related. Just go to the site, book a free call, ask me any Russia questions. I'm here to help you. So when it comes to cottage settlements, this is kind of like middle ground. It's got a nice road. It's got a barrier to get in and out, but you're not paying a company for upkeep or anything like that. Of course, there's the next level up. There's the cottage settlement where one company builds the whole thing. You maybe pay them for upkeep, they'll look after the place, and they'll have some sort of facilities for everyone. Perhaps something like a playground or, shops or places to gather or a sports centre, things like that. And then you have the ones below, which are basically just everyone purchases a plot of land, builds whatever house they want, there's no good roads at all, and the chances are that roads will never be built. You can see I've got this small house here, we've got this nice amazing house over there. So if safety is a big concern, and you care about what you see outside of your driveway once you open your gate to your driveway, and you don't want to see that everything's miserable and awful and there's just things everywhere, then you want to be at least looking at purchasing land in an area where there's going to be a barrier that people have to come in and out of, and the roads and the infrastructure are already made. And if it's beautiful already, then it's more of a chance that people are going to try and make it look nice as well. The one thing I love about this area is just the cleanliness. Now when you compare it, I guess, to these kind of areas in other countries, maybe it doesn't look that amazing. But when you compare it to what I'm going to show you in a minute, you'll realise that it's very nice. Now roads and cleanliness really do play a huge role in living quality of life. Now you can see there's a plot of land here vacant, waiting for somebody to build on. And as I said, this area hasn't been built for long, so it's still kind of, just being finished off, but you can see how everything is clean. Even this building here, look, it's still being built, but we've not got a load of crap everywhere, right? What do you think of it here? Do you like the houses? Does the infrastructure look good or does it look bad? So this here, I think, is just the garage, and the main house is up there, look. The quality of the road really plays a huge role. Every day if you're driving home and then back out again and you're going through bumps and bumps and bumps, it's just not fun. It really destroys your car and makes your life miserable. And this is something that happens a lot in Russia, an awful lot. And so if you can live somewhere where the roads are just really good quality, it's a huge difference. It really makes a massive difference to your life. So if this is what the area looks like now, imagine what it's going to look like in a couple of years when all of these are nice gardens and everyone's had time to make nice flower beds and stuff. When the area is nice, it seems that the other neighbours respect each other and don't make a mess, and this makes a huge difference. And so it's not really the houses themselves, but the neighbours have just gone out of their way to make sure that everything remains tidy. So while all the houses here are not built by one company sold all the plots of land and they built the infrastructure to begin with. And that makes a huge difference when a person knows that all the roads are done, there's a barrier that you have to go in and out to enter. Of course the land is more expensive, but at the same time the people that are going to be building know that the area is going to be nice. What do you think of this house here? I've just parked my car next to it because my friend lives there. Some really nice houses here, and all the fences are nice as well. It just feels so nice and welcoming, really. And just look how clean it is. Yeah, people have still got to do their gardens, but it is clean here. So this is the last house in this gated settlement before we leave, and the gates luckily are still open, and you're going to see immediately what happens to the road. So here we are outside the gated settlement. And immediately you can see that people don't really care about making an effort to make the area look nice. And the houses here, a lot of them will be a lot better than the houses in the gated settlement. And believe it or not, this road has been done. This is a tarmacked road. This car has obviously just been dumped here. Hasn't worked for a long time. And so this road here, well, it's surprisingly nice. Surprisingly nice. And I'm guessing it's because it's the road that leads to the gated settlement. Now some of these houses are going to be very nice, but the road is not going to be at all. And so while there's huge potential, at the same time it's frustrating. And so you can see the difference immediately. And so you can see that the owners have made nice little driveways, and as soon as the driveway finishes, well, so it's kind of weird because some of these houses are massive and amazing. Really, really, really massive. But you can see that as soon as you get outside, it's just not as nice at all. Having said that, this is actually one of the nicer roads. There's some roads that we're going to go down soon. I mean, how long is this going to stay here for? For example, probably using the building of this, it's finished. It looks like it's been there for ages and it'll probably remain there forever. Same with this here, this house. I mean, how long has it been built for? And we've just got rubble and tyres kicking around. The same here. And this is what you've got to look at when you come out of your driveway and see your neighbour's land and they don't really care about doing anything about it. I don't know if you're used to dirt roads where you are in the world, and if you are, this might be normal. The chances are that this will never be moved. I've seen it a million times, and you've got nice houses, really nice houses. Wow. Now this may not seem that bad at first glance, But when you're driving on this every day, your car is going to be destroyed. It's a slow, painful journey, a real slow and just tedious car braking journey. But just because all the plots have been bought individually and built on, it doesn't mean that the road won't be done. It means it might be done. And if you look at this part of the road, it's been done. And so miracles do happen. So just because this road looks shocking, it doesn't mean it won't be done. It might be done sometime, and it probably will be done sometime. But for the moment, this is what it's going to be like. And it's pretty difficult if you're living here and this is what your road is like. I mean, it's pretty frustrating. And I think it must be difficult for the owner of this house here. But I guess it's a question of time, but how much time? Nice house. The problem with roads like this is they can remain this way for an awful long time. And yet the houses are pretty stunning, right? Pretty stunning indeed. And so the people living in these houses here have no control over when it will be that the person living on this plot behind me will decide to build. And the chances are the road won't be done until they've built. Otherwise it will just ruin the road when they start building. All that heavy machinery and heavy trucks and cranes, it will just destroy the road. And so until that point, there's probably not going to be a road here at all. But of course it's something for you to decide. If they built an amazing road here and everything was all clean, then the land, the plots would cost a lot more. So it's a case of, well, what can you take? How much can you take? Knowing that everything looks nice from the beginning, or kind of waiting for everything to be built first before it starts looking nice. Also, who builds the roads really depends on the proximity to the town. If the plot and the village is classed as falling under the city jurisdiction, then the chances are you're going to get your roads built. If it's classed as being not in the city jurisdiction, then, well, who knows? So you can see that they've put these bricks here specially to kind of flatten the road, because as soon as it rains, or if it's snow and it melts, this road will be a nightmare, just literally unpassable. So this area is actually a very sought after area, and you can see some of the houses here. Pretty epic indeed. This house is really cool, really cool. But this road is classed as done. And lots of amazing houses still being built. This one over here looks epic, but it's all kind of hidden away behind the fence. What about this one here? The old future modern. The flat roof has come to Russia. You can see that one just through there. Pretty epic. But the chances are, again, that material like this will stay here for an awful long time. There's an epic house down there as well, blimey. Now, this is obviously this guy's plot of land, and I get that, it's his land. But will he ever move that concrete. What do you think? This house coming up is absolutely sick, and he's got a view of the reservoir behind him. What a plot of land. Now I'm guessing because of this person's house, there's a huge chance that the road's going to be done pretty quick. It just depends on whether you can cope with living next to this for a while, right? Check out this house as well. Pretty epic. That's absolutely huge. Absolutely massive. I wonder how long this thing is going to be there. It looks like it's been there forever, and it might just stay there forever as well. Another epic one. I really love these fences, the kind of 3D ones. Check out the contrast. So you can see there's a lot of building going on, right? And I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't purchase land on a place like this. I purchased my plot on a place like this too. No gated community. In fact, we put the gate on afterwards and we still haven't done the road. But the thing that really makes a difference is when all these houses have been built, will they clear all the building material up, or will they just leave it? And how long will it take for the road to be done? It might get done, it might never get done. That's the risk you have to take, right? This road here, for example, has been here for an awful long time. Why? And this house here has been here forever. So I'm guessing there's no intention to ever do anything to make anything kind of look nicer here. And so if you live opposite this, this is what you're going to see every day. So the other day when I was out filming, I was walking down the road and I ended up in a gypsy area. It was pretty crazy because there were some massive houses, but then there was quite a few houses that were kind of like shacks, and like, you know, tens of people living there and kind of clothes and being draped all over the place and stuff. But I got out of there pretty quickly. I didn't really feel comfortable really going there and filming. It was all a bit weird. Who has any idea what this is for and why? So if you're a skateboarder, this definitely is not the road for you. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how much road has been done. It's very nice here. Well, to drive on, I mean. I'm actually very content. I'm very happy this road's been done. Still going to have things like this, just concrete kind of dumped at the side, but wow, they've actually done the roads here. So when it comes to housing settlements, this probably wasn't the best place to do the comparison, because a lot of these roads have had asphalt put down on them. The amount of years I've been walking around and tripping over and, you know, falling in holes and getting my car completely battered as I walk around or drive around this area. And now when I've come to make this video for you, here we go, progress. The roads are starting to be made better. I'm stuck in this maze. I can't find my way back to the road. Oh, wait a second. I can get over that little bit of mess there. So this here is the old abattoir that's been left here from the collective farm, and it's been turned into a private abattoir now. It seems the road developers haven't made it this far yet, but my guess is they'll be here soon because they seem to have done so much already. This for a long time was the main road through the village. Perhaps because there's no real houses here, they haven't done this section of the road then, I guess. It seems that the government have gone out of their way now to tarmac most of the roads here to clean away all the wasted building material that's just been kind of littering this area. And so in this video there's not a huge difference between the two different parts of the settlement that we walked around. But really, when it comes to buying a house on a cottage settlement, you've got three options. You've got the first option, and that is to buy a house on a settlement which has been built by one company. This could be a gated community or it could be non-gated, but if it's built all by one company, then they want to entice you to purchase a house that they're building, and therefore they're going to do all the infrastructure. They're going to clear away all the building materials. The next one is a settlement where one company sells all the land, and they're going to make the roads in advance and make the infrastructure so it looks nice, so you want to purchase your plot of land and build there. You're going to feel obliged to clean up all the rubbish after you, and the area is going to look nice and kind of sweet and just a nice place to live. And then your third option is your cottage settlement, where you just purchase a plot of land. But the problem with that is that you might build on your plot of land, and the person on the plot next to you might not build for 10-15 years and then start building, and the other person might build opposite you a few years after you, and so potentially you could be living on a building site for a while. Also, your neighbours might not clear up their building materials, and so you're walking outside your house and looking at a mess every day. The road might not be done and completed until everyone's built on the road, and if a lot of people are still building, it might stay in a really poor condition. So they're the three things, really, the three different types of housing settlements and what you need to look out for. And it really depends on, you know, what you want, right? What are you prepared to cope with? And obviously, price. Now, of course, the further you go out of the city, the cheaper the land's going to be, the less new developments are going to be there. But also, the chances are that the place where you're building might be a bit dirty. Now, I'm not saying that people that live outside of town don't look after the place where they live, but quite often people dump things that they don't need, and so the chance is that the village could be a lot dirtier in some places. And people tend to store things, people tend to kind of purchase things and store them everywhere, which is a bit crazy. Lots of hoarders seem to live in villages. If you want to see what that's like in villages, then just check out my other videos about houses in villages and you'll see what I mean. Right, okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video today. It's been a bit interesting for me. I expected this area to be a lot different than it is now, but it's showing how much Russia is changing, so I'm really pleased. See you in the next video. Take care.